Y'all, last week was rough. I feel like I was stuck in this I have to be productive, but I don't want to do anything mood. I find myself in this place regularly actually, but it usually only lasts for like a day or two and then I'm back up on my feet. But this time, it was an entire 2 weeks. Maybe it was yet another bout of pandemic blues, or the anticipation and adrenaline of the new year was finally fizzing. Or maybe Mercury was in retrograde again. I don't know. But it was kind of rough. Trying to get myself to do stuff when literally all I wanted to do was curl up into a blanket ball and watch One Piece. It was a lot of self-battle, a lot of self-doubt, and wondering if I was ever gonna feel like doing stuff again. I mean, I even tried to hack it. I hung in and around my desk and put my hands on my keyboard and sat in front of my monitors because maybe, just maybe, if I use my usual trick of doing a 25-minute Pomodoro timer to just warm myself up to doing stuff because mood follows action, I could finally kick off my engine enough to be productive. And usually that's enough. That literally works like 90% of the time. But not last week. Heck, it was the week that I planned to make a video about how to stay motivated when coding and doing stuff. But how the heck was I supposed to make a video like that when I had zero motivation for anything? So yeah, that wasn't gonna happen, so I'm making this video instead. So I guess it's kind of like a video about how I think productivity is overrated. There's a lot of things signaling to us from the world this new value of productivity. My entire YouTube feed, Instagram posts, books I should have read 3 years ago, and articles that get passed around every Twitter thread, and even my own videos throw this productivity or bust kind of mindset at me every time I connect to the internet. And I don't know, I just realized that like productivity is one of those values we hold high as an internet community. And also like productivity is not a bad thing in and of itself. And it's good that things get done and we move forward in our lives and society. And I also like that productivity can mean many things. Anything from writing that report for that class to taking a bath and taking care of yourself because #self-care. I guess what I'm trying to say is just like doing anything can be seen as productive. But last week, I didn't want to do anything. All I wanted to do last week was just sit in my room, bask in the sun like a plant, and just photosynthesize. I thought a lot about how productivity at certain points in my life becomes a curse. Like, it becomes how I measure my time on Earth. If I'm not doing something productive, it's not worth it somehow. And one day when I'm on my deathbed, it's like I'll have regretted not doing more or something. Honestly, it's a mindset that I think I especially started clinging to when I started to work in tech, where every task is estimated and committed to at the beginning of the week. While that's meant to be a system for working on large-scale projects and accountability, the other side of that coin was feeling like my worth to the industry was about how much I could get done. And like there's a moment last week where I was so fed up with not being productive and I was beating myself up for it and I was just like, this is just overrated. Sometimes productivity helps me to get important things done and it gets me moving. And other times it makes me think that just existing isn't good enough, and that's just dumb. So I realized over the course of the week that, you know what? It's okay to be unproductive. I'm gonna forgive myself for being an absolute potato of a person this week because that's what my brain and body are telling me to do. I didn't have any pressing deadlines or things I absolutely needed to do, thank goodness. So I decided to let myself potato. But also not go full potato because I'm too anxious to do that and it'll make me feel like I'm floating in space with nothing to hold on to. So there isn't really like a resolve to this story. It's really just kind of about how I let myself potato. And then, I don't know, I just wanted to make a video to like remind myself that it's totally okay to be unproductive. The waves of life are gonna rise and fall and sometimes just sit completely still, and that's okay because you gotta do you at your own pace. Because, oh my gosh, Migo, you're not like your work or like the amount of things that you do. You're you, like you're you regardless of those things. Like you exist and that's okay. And then when you have the energy to get up and do things again, then do that and go towards the direction that you want. Because girl, you're not a machine, for crying out loud. And every day, every week, every month is not necessarily going to be better than the last. We need rest, we need space, we need flexibility, and we need curiosity and wonder for our lives. It's okay to be unproductive, and it's totally and absolutely okay to be completely human. Like I mentioned, I think letting yourself breathe and have space is also about being able to explore your creativity, which is where I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Most classes are actually under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit any schedule. They include a combination of video lessons and a class project. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there's no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes, so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. So maybe when you're feeling like an absolute potato of a person next time, maybe you want to learn more about productivity or learn web development. Or maybe you want to give your brain a break entirely and learn something completely different, like learning guitar with the Complete Beginner's Guide. So only the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a week later and I'm feeling so much better. And so yes, it does get better, I think, after being a potato for a little while. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm almost at 400k subscribers and I would love for you to join the fam, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.